Okay, welcome to this tutorial introduction to Video J, which is an introduction to storyboarding and public service announcements. Now, the first thing you want to do is, if you haven't done it already, is go watch this 4-minute film school episode on storyboarding. I'll give you the basics, information about what storyboarding is, how important it is, and some different ideas on how to do it. A lot of you probably already have a pretty good idea, hopefully, about storyboarding to some extent, but that'll be a nice little 4-minute educational piece that will. And it's fun to watch. So do that if you haven't done it already. Now, the idea behind this assignment is to basically do storyboarding in reverse. Started out really easy for you. Now, the essence of storyboarding, I would say, to break it down, would be just think of a comic book, or a graphic novel. I mean, a comic book has just a series of pictures, and of course they write dialogue on top of it, and each picture is like a keyframe. It's like in a very important part of the story, and otherwise they wouldn't have spent the time to draw it. So if you think of a comic strip, that's like how all videos start. They start just with the person kind of thinking of the movie in that fashion. Well, what's the first important shot? What's the next shot? What are the characters going to be saying to each other? What's the main actions going on, and trying to capture that in the form of a series of shots, and they'll actually draw it all out before you go and shoot. So to get you guys in the habit of starting to do that, I want you to watch a public service announcement that's already been shot, already been done, but kind of think of it in reverse. So as you watch that video, think of what each shot is. Hey, look, they started with a wide shot, then they went to a close-up, then they did this, or whatever. So start to develop kind of that critical eye, and you want to make sure you review your list of all your different shots, the extreme, long, the medium, close-ups, all the different angles that are available, and then the different camera movements, when you pan, when you tilt it up and down. So come on onto YouTube then, and then just spend some time and search through find a public service announcement. Public service announcements are almost always 30 seconds or 60 seconds, so I would advise, don't watch them that's too long. Now, I did one on seatbelts, and I want to show you this, and kind of I'll walk you through the process of what we're going to do with this. So I want to start that and say, okay, starts with a wide shot, and then there's a dramatic sound, and then we cut. See that? And really, if I want to be good, they're doing like dissolves from one shot to the next. They're not really doing cuts. So there's a little dissolve to a wider shot, and then we're dissolving to a medium shot with a slow zoom. Now we're dissolving to a close-up of the hand. And now we cut to a close-up of the mirror, and then back to the shot. We see the ghosts. Now we're doing a wide shot of the car, and the spirits exiting the car. Back to the interior, close up on seatbelt. Why close up the seatbelt? Draw our attention. The one character is wearing a seatbelt. His spirit's trapped. He can't get out. So we're telling this whole story, 30 seconds. Nobody's talking, but it's very obvious to the viewer what's going on because they've done a really nice job of putting the shots together. So you're going to watch you're going to pick one or two that you like, and then once you find it, what you're going to do is that process that I just did out loud as we watched it. I want you to do that formally inside Vegas, and right over the top of each video frame, what shot is going on, what's happening, the angle, and if it's like I could say this one's a high angle because the camera's overhead, almost bird's eye for this shot. And then is it a medium shot or a close-up? So you have to kick YouTube. So in case you forgot how to do that, I'll show you. And I want to show you something that happens once in a while. I don't really know why, but it happened to me in this one. Remember, you go kick here. It'll come over to this website, and the downloader will load up. And you may have to click run, especially if you haven't done this yet. So just kind of look at that carefully. It's not the best looking site. But then this box should pop up, and then you'll download the MP4 track. Or just the best way to download that is to right click it and say save link as, because that allows you to then choose where you want that link to go to. So then it's easy for you to keep track of it. And I would recommend that you put it into your my documents, maybe even my videos, so that way it's on your local computer, so it'll play a lot faster. Now here's what happened when I did that. I downloaded it, I came over to Vegas, and here is the best seatbelt commercial ever. And sometimes this happens, I don't know why, but look at it, it's all like messed up. And I tried to download a couple times. The audio is fine, but the video is all jankety. So it's just like some kind of problem with my encoder or something, I don't know. So I had to pick a different commercial. So I did this one, which was a really, really nice, beautiful shot, commercial with about seatbelts, and very slow-mo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a video track. I'm going to insert 2 video tracks because I want to do lower third graphics. I want to label each shot, and then I'm going to go out and get my lower thirds using my what is it inside? Media generator. Color gradients. There's my fave for my lower thirds, and I'm going to make my blue transparent so I can see through it, and I'm going to bring my zone down a little lower. Oops. So I'm gonna keep it. I don't want to take away too much of the ad. And you can change the color if you want. And now I'm going to label basically each shot as the video unfolds. So it starts with, you know, a close-up, right? A close-up of the hand, and then cuts to a close-up of the foot. So I'm going to insert text media, and you can use your abbreviations. You don't have to write up the whole thing. I'm going to just say CU close-up of hand, and we probably can make this font a lot smaller. And generally, like on a good storyboard, you're going to have some extra information too, like, you know, close-up of a hand, turning ignition. So that way the person who's looking at your storyboard can use it as a recipe or as in directions on how to make the video. So there's a close-up of the hand. There it is. And then it's going to cut to the, and I'm just going to Control C and Control V, copy and paste it. Then I'll go in here and I'll change that to close up a foot. And so on. So I'm going to go through the whole video that way. And what you want to do is, I think it's fair to say, if it's just a traditional like eye level shot, the angle's not different, then let's not even make a note of the angle. But if you get a shot where it's definitely like they're doing a different angle, over here we're starting to get to we're almost to the point of we're starting to get a kind of a high angle, not too much though. But if the thing that you choose uses different angles, then take the time to label the angle. Now for the assignment, you don't have to, like this, my commercial is a minute and a half long. There's lots of different shots. If you have a lot of shots in your video, just do the first 12. Okay, that's right here. So just label the first 12, because, you know, I think by then you should have the hang of it and you understand what's important. But you have to have at least 8. So, you know, some commercials may only have 1 shot the whole time or 2 shots. So you can't pick that. That's not gonna be good. So make sure it has at least 8 different clips so you can work through it. And but if it has more than 12, just do the first 12. If you can do more if you want, but it's up to you. So hopefully by the end of this assignment you'll have gotten exposed to a lot of different public service announcements, and that'll be like one of our first assignments, because there's a lot of great PSA contests out there that we can enter for money. So I want you to kind of start to raise awareness about public service announcements, which ones are good, which ones are effective, and also start to get you thinking about storyboarding and how when you watch a video, how all the planning that went into it before it was shot, and then you can just see it right there in front of you through the different shots as it goes from one to the next to the next. So when you have that finished, you're going to render that, of course, and put it up, and that'll be video J, an introduction to storyboarding. And you can watch my sample to get the hang of it if you don't understand still.